Let's first turn to the domestic situation in Japan. Of course, after Fukushima, the country has had to do a lot of soul searching in terms of its energy policy. How would you say that JBIC has changed in response to that, both domestically, and then I'll ask you also about internationally?
Yeah. Already last the half decade, we have made every effort to make the acquisition of the upstream interest of the mining and also energy. But since the disaster in the March 11th, we have some more effort to import the energy to generate the electricity. That is a new burden for us to that. So now we can have some kind of the two-front operation. So still we are encouraging the Japanese companies to acquire the upstream interest in other countries to that. But also we are going to make some more the stable supply of the gas or the petrol in the market. That is quite important. And also now the many countries are going to have more demand. So in that case, I think just asking to see in the market is not sufficient. Maybe each the user should have some kind of the upstream interest, maybe the 15% of the total share of the mining. Then such kind of sponsor can make the more wider the receipt of the supply. So even the 15% of the share, but they can import the 30% of the total supply. So such kind of the operation is very much important to us. So in that sense, we have the combining operation on the energy supply issues on that. So.
Is this helping Japan's energy supply? Because obviously Japan is very, very heavily reliant on outside energy.
Yeah. In case of Japan, in the case of the gas and the petrol, the 99 or 80% is depending upon the foreign suppliers. And in order to overcome such kind of situation, we have made some of the enhancement of the nuclear power generation. But since the Fukushima issues, we are a little bit cautious to make such kind of operation. So now the government is going to set a new standard of what would be taken to be remaining and what could be abolished. Such kind of decision can be taken within a very short time to that. But still we have to make the more the need to the encouraging the economies to work. So in that case, the stable supply of electricity is quite important. So in that case, I think especially these days, the petrol is no more used for the power generation, but I think the LNG and also maybe coal is another possibility in the coming days. And some of the renewable, like geothermal and wind, that could be mobilized in Japan to that. So that is very much new trend for that sense.
And is that also framing your energy policy abroad in terms of what you fund, infrastructure projects you look at, renewable energy projects you look at? Is that also reshaping what you're doing abroad?
Yeah. So anyway, the last few years we have emphasized operation on the energy side on that, especially for the clean energy is quite important to that. So we have set up the name of the initiative is very much the popular name of the Green Initiative to that. So that is the first target is that we are going to encouraging the developing economies to have the better power generation or any other type of the efficient use of the energy. That could have been helped by our operation to that. So throughout Asia, even for Latin America, so recently even in the Eastern Europe, we are making some financing to support such kind of operation to that. That is one thing to that. And if the Japanese companies has kind of such kind of operation outside, in that case, they can keep some level of the technology, even in Japan to that. So they can have another new, the development of the exploring the new technology in Japan to that. So that could be kind of the good cycle to go on to that. So that is our target on that. So far we are doing very well to that. And at the time of the beginning of the century, around 2001 and 2002, at the time our operation is almost like the 1 trillion yen per year to that. So, and the conversion to the currency is somewhat different. So I was talking the yen term to that. But the last year, we have made nearly the 4 trillion yen operation. So that is very much an expanded operation to that. And the main target is, of course, even we can make some kind of operation in the developed economy, North America and Europe and Australia to that. But I think still the majority of the operation is in the developing economies. And I say the more than half is in Asia. That is the current situation.